Hi everyone, my name is Anne and you're watching Art on the Creek. We're here in my home studio in Parker, Colorado, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Today, since it's Monday, we're going to do a little mixed bag of things. I think what we should do is open up the May Sketchbox. I'm going to be posting this towards the end of the month, so my apologies for being a little bit late to the game, but I haven't opened it yet. So let's get it open and let's go play with the Sketchbox. Are you ready? Here we go. Well, in case you are not familiar with Sketchbox, they are one of the larger companies that do monthly art subscriptions. We can all do something new, right? That's why I like these Sketchboxes, because just like the one with April, I would not have purchased the items in that Sketchbox, but I really ended up enjoying them. And you do get a really good price on these too. There is a significant discount when you sign up for a subscription. So first of all, before I go any further, Sketchbox is not paying me to do this. I purchased this subscription with my own money, and I'm just sharing this with you in case you might be interested. And if you don't have these supplies, I'm sure you can use something similar. So this is how it comes packaged, but let's see. I'm going to take out their tissue paper. I reuse this and put it in my gift wrap. So if you ever get a gift from me and it's got this tissue in it, that's why. Right. This is a fun one. I'm just going to take everything out of the, no, take one at a time, one at a time. This is some liquid graphite. I'm really excited to use this. It says, "Welcome to a new world of graphite fun." It's like a water-soluble pencil in a bottle, and that is so cool. I have had this, not this particular brand, this is their Sketchbox signature line, but I've used liquid graphite, and I'm excited to use this one. The one I have is tinted blue and yellow, and actually, to be honest, the tints aren't that vibrant, but maybe compared to this, they will be. So I'll get those out too, and we can compare. So this has a little dispenser tip on it, and I'm sure that there's some kind of a seal on the jar. Yeah, there's a little seal up under there, but you can see how it looks. It's kind of cool, like a liquid watercolor, a little bit thick, thinner than a watercolor that would come out of a tube. Now we have something fun. It says, "Remove black tape seal before using." Ooh, how secretive. This is Glimmer metallic ink. Oh, fun. Look at that shine, you guys. This is going to be fun to play with. Yeah, I can see it separating, so we'll have to shake that up. I'll do that off camera, but ooh, that looks fun. Let's see what it's taped up here, probably for packaging. Easy to open, and it has a little dropper in there. A little bit chunky on the inside. I'm sure that when I shake it up and get it distributed, all of that, that rough, I'm assuming it's pigment, will be just fine. Ooh, that's nice. Nothing has a smell so far, by the way, if that's something that concerns you. Here we have our pad of paper. This is the Sketchbox signature wet and dry media paper. It is hot press, and it's 140 pound, 300 GSM. Oh, and it's tinted ivory. I really like that. This, that looks like a very nice hot press paper. I don't know if you can see the tooth on there. It's got a little bit more tooth than Arch's hot press. Arch's hot press feels a little velvety to me. That's why I like using it with colored pencil. But this one, this is going to be fun to draw and paint on. Oh, I'm excited about this. And it's a cute size. It says right on here, it's 4 inches by 4 inches or 10.16 by 10.16 centimeters. And it is 100% cotton and acid free. I do like that. They do send quality products. And this signature is their own line. So that's kind of nice. I think you can go back and buy more of these products again if you ever need any. And here we have this little sticker. You always get a little vinyl sticker, and I end up putting these on a sketchbook because I'm not one to put a lot of stickers on water bottles or computers or anything like that. But you always get a vinyl sticker, and this one is a picture of the liquid graphite that came with it. This stuff right here. And it says, "Celebrating 8 years of supporting artists." And they do support artists. So let me just use the sticker as a segue into the flyers that go in here. So with every Sketchbox, you're getting information. This QR code takes you to their website, but I'll put a link to everything in the description, so no worries. They have a YouTube channel, Instagram, and they have a website, so they're all over the place. They're really very social media oriented, because when you do your art, they encourage you to post it with the hashtag SketchboxMay, and then that gives you a chance to have your artwork on the cover of the box. And this is by Amy Bush. And if you wanted to catch her on Instagram, she is Fine Art by Amy. So that is a really cool thing. They do support artists. And this will explain the products that you get in here. The cool thing about this that I like the most is that it shows me how I save money by being in this subscription. Because sometimes when you're in art subscriptions, you feel like, I don't know, am I really getting my money's worth? Is this really a good thing? Should I keep it up? Well, I bought 6 months. The subscription, if you just buy one box at a time, it's $35 a month for the premium box. They have one that's a step down from this, and I don't know what the difference is. It's usually fewer supplies. Your retail price that you'd be paying for all of these, you do end up saving a lot of money. And this way you get to try a lot of new supplies. And I think that these subscriptions are a really good idea to gift someone, or for you yourself, if you're just looking to get into art and maybe you don't know what you want to try. This is a great way to start. So you can also go back and pick and choose which boxes you might like, and that way you can kind of have a little kit. So that's always fun. So here's a sample of the art using this month's supplies. And you can see it is a mother and a baby, and some other hands are on her from behind. It's a very beautiful painting. It's got a lot of statements going on there. I really like that. It is by Kayla Valerio, and you will always get a brief description of her little bio and her Instagram and website. So they always do feature an artist on the inside as well. Then let's see, we have a pencil sharpener, and this particular pencil sharpener is the Pacific Arc pencil sharpener. So it feels it's metal, just a good little pencil sharpener to have on hand. It holds 2 sizes of pencils, so that's always nice to have. Move the box down here. So we've got pencil sharpener, liquid graphite, the liquid ink. I'll set the pad right there. And let's see here. Let's take a look at this paintbrush here. It is a Royal Majestic shader brush. It's a number 6. I really like this kind of paintbrush that has this on the end. Very few of my paintbrushes have this slanted end. Most of them look like this. And I think, honestly, I think I maybe only have one that has this, and I don't even know which one it is. But what I like about it, I do have a twig in my paintbrushes, but what I like about this is you're painting along, and then you can put texture in on a wet surface with this, or you can even spread the paint with that flat end there, and it can really add some neat texture to your art. Same thing with the twig stick. Cool little plastic holder for these pencils. I don't know how protected they would be in here, but worth keeping for sure. These are the Faber Castell Pit pencils that are graphite, but they're matte. I don't know if you've ever worked with graphite, but when you do, you often have a lot of sheen because graphite does have that reflective property. But look at this. These are, those are beautiful. The pencil itself is kind of matte. And you range from a 2B, 4B, down to a 10B and a 14B. That's wonderful. I think the darkest I've ever used really in any pencil sketching art is a 9B. So this is fun for me. I've never really played with those two. And then you have a Pit Pastel pencil, Faber Castell. This is a white, which is really nice. Whenever you're using a neutral paper with the black and the white, that's really a good way to go. It just really makes for some really interesting sketches. I love these pastel pencils. I've used them. I've got a couple sets of them. They're very nice. And this. I have to tell you about this. When we were in typing class as kids, you know, the kind where you had to push the lever to make the carriage go, and you get the ding, ding, you know, the typing. This is how you erased your mistakes, was with an eraser like this, and then you'd get in there with a brush. So this eraser feels not quite as stiff as those, but I am so excited to have one of these eraser things. What are they actually called? It's an eraser pencil. Well, that's fabulous. Mine appears to be a little bit warped, although that's not going to inhibit my use of it. So nice because you erase and then you flip it over and you've got your dust to brush the crumbs off right away. I like to keep my drawing materials in my little silicone Sheba. You open it and you're good to go. And it has a little elastic up here for holding erasers. Those are the erasers for my battery operated pencil, and I've got ink pens in here now, but I might add my pencils to this. I don't like carrying pastel pencils like this because they have a tendency to break. It's not the best, I mean, it's not that big of a deal because the amount that's going to break off is really small and you still have plenty of pigment left, but I don't know, I just don't like cleaning up pastel dust. So not quite sure how I'm going to store these, but I am going to save this because I think it's a good idea. Okay, as I mentioned before, these are what I am used to with liquid graphite. These are called by Dervan liquid pencil. I always said they're by liquid paper because apparently I've got typing class stuck on the brain. But this is liquid pencil. It is a tinted graphite, a blue or a yellow. And you can see from the caps, you can see a little bit of a yellow hue and kind of a blue hue here. But let's take a look. You know what? I have always unscrewed those caps, and just now I've discovered that they have a flip top, but I've always opened them this way. All right, I'm going to squirt out just a little. And here, this is the blue. There we go, blue. So as a comparison, let me show you. This is the yellow, this is the blue, which does not come with this kit. And then now I'm going to go with the liquid graphite that does come with this kit. And I need to pull that little thingamabob out. You know, if you do not have a set of tweezers in your art supplies, I highly recommend that you get one. Because there always comes a time when you just need them. Let's put just a tiny bit in here. You don't need much of this at all. And now I also want to put over here, I'll put some of the gold. Now, not all the wells in my palette are clean. These two are from the Schmincke Super Granulating Urban set, and this is just a little bit of white gouache that I've had. So I shook that up a little. It's still weirdly chunky. The other thing I will mention though is if you ever get a supply that's not quite right or something doesn't work well with it, you can let Sketchbox know and they will take care of you, because that happened to me before and they've taken very good care of me. I'm going to put a little more gold because that is a really nice shade. There we go. I felt that go in. Okay. I love that, and I love the amount of shimmer there. So I'm going to use their paintbrush that they sent, and let's go into the one that Sketchbox sent first. You see, you just use this exactly like a watercolor, and you can make any kind of lines, and that's kind of watered down, but if you go in a little more strength here, you see you can make it quite a bit stronger. And you can treat this just like watercolor. And just for comparison's sake, this was the blue graphite. Well, I can see that it definitely is a little bit bluer. I don't know if you all can see that, but it's subtle, but it's definitely there. And now let's try that yellow just so you can see it. In the palette, it looks more like a greenish gold. And it does on the paper too. Here's the gold. Look at that. Look how rich that is. That's beautiful. Now I'll go ahead and swatch these pencils out. They're performed just exactly as I would expect them to. We've got the pastel pencil first, and then the 2B, the 4B, the 10B. I'm just writing those down, and then finally the 14B. And you can see the gradients of darkness do increase. Now I do want to show you how these are matte. I'm just using a regular graphite pencil to test this part. And unfortunately I had it a little bit out of frame here, but maybe you can see that when I tip it, the sheen shows up on that graphite swatch just a little bit more than it does on the matte pencils. They're not, you know, drastically different, but they're a lot of fun. And if you don't like that sheen that graphite has, if you're doing a whole piece of art in graphite and you didn't want that sheen, then I would recommend these Faber Castell Matte Graphite pencils. You saw me clapping there. I am excited. I love drawing. It's my favorite thing. And when I get new drawing supplies with the extra oomph that I can blend, like the the graphite, the liquid graphite, and that gold. It makes me really happy. So this is a fun sketch box for me. If you are a sketch artist and like to draw, I would recommend getting this one. This is the May 2023 sketch box. So I'm just going in with the 2B and following consecutively through 14, and then adding a little bit of that gold wash and some of the white pastel to do a little bit of the high highlights. I didn't commit to too high highlights at first because since the prompt this month of the Sketchbox is shadow, I wanted to put this flower as if it was coming out of the shadows. Tried to drop the gold in, but of course hot press paper dries really quickly and couldn't quite get the effect I wanted there. But for a quick little sketch, I really like the way it came out here. I'll put it back to regular speed so that you can see. Look at that shimmer, first of all. It's really cool. And then I like how the white plays in with all of the varying intensities of graphite, and then with that mid-range that's already covered in your paper. This is a really good set for making drawings, you guys. I'm just really having tons of fun. I was having enough fun that I did want to draw something else, and I really didn't know what to draw. So I thought I would just draw my little silicone Shiba pencil case for you. So let's play with this for a while and see what we can make this do. I'll speed it up again. I'm kind of doing the same techniques that I did before. I'm doing my initial drawing with the 2, then going in with a little bit lighter, and I wanted to test that pencil, the eraser rather. I don't like it on this hot press paper. It's too strong. It ends up tearing up the paper, so I really do not recommend that particular eraser for hot press paper. You're better off using a kneaded eraser or a polyvinyl, you know, one of those white erasers, the polymer. High polymer, that's the word I'm looking for. But this time with the background, I put down that liquid graphite and then I put the gold over it, and I really like it better. I kind of did a vignette with the gold. And now I'm going to use a blending stump to kind of blend all of those different levels of graphite together. And the blending stump did not come with this set, but they're very affordable and you can get them just about everywhere. So we'll just put the final details of our little sheaves down here, and then I'm going to go around it with a white pastel, and I think that looks so fun. I think that this would be so fun to take all of these little small 4" by 4" little art cards and make a little tiny book out of them. I just think it would be so cool. I really like the idea of having a whole journal full of art that's kind of all the same color scheme. So guys, that is the May Sketchbox for 2023. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you do get inspired to do something with graphite or gold or pastels, just remember, you can get the Sketchbox, or you can certainly use your own supplies along the way. There's certainly no reason to buy anything new. You can already use what you have on hand. But I just wanted to share this with you and show you how much fun I had with the May Sketchbox. Well, here you go. Here's a little close-up of the 2 little quick sketches I did using this month's supplies in the, again, it's the May 2023 Sketchbox. I hope whatever you guys are doing this weekend, you're having a great time. Everyone is healthy, happy, and enjoying the start of summer. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye now.